Okay, so this question's a bit similar to what we've had, but how can I tell if I'm a good manager or leader?
Yeah, we did have that one before, didn't we? I think, is it, as I said, I think it's about getting feedback from people. I think it's also probably having a good long look in the mirror sometimes and being reflective, literally, isn't it? By, when things don't happen in the way that we would like them to happen with our colleagues or with our stakeholders, I think it's kind of easy to blame them. And maybe what we need to do is just step back and say, could I have behaved any differently? Could I have made things easier? Did I explain things properly to them? Because you've got to have a view, Polly. I have a view that most people don't get up to go to work to screw it up and have a bad day and not do anything right. I think most people go to work to do the best they can, and maybe work gets it wrong for them. So I think we need to be very reflective about the policies, the processes, just about everything we do, because are we making it easy for people to perform or are we not?
Yeah, I think that comes back to communication then, doesn't it? If you haven't clearly expressed what you want and then somebody doesn't do what you expected them to, it's much where they didn't understand it in the first place.
That's right. And whose fault was it?
Yeah. I think that's a big one, isn't it?
Yeah, because unfortunately, even though we might say to our people, this is a democracy, it's a meritocracy, we're all equal, everybody can chat. Actually, if the boss tells you to do something and you don't quite get it, it's very difficult to say, hang on now, boss, before I start doing this, can you clarify that again for me? Because you sort of feel that you're a bit of an idiot. Whereas in reality, we should be, as leaders, communicating very, very well, but also double checking that somebody's got it without micromanaging. Because it's kind of the onus is on us, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And then I think looking at when things do go wrong, finding out why, isn't it?
Not blaming automatically.
Yeah, we started analysing things. If things went wrong, we started looking at why they went wrong and at what stage, so we could identify where it went wrong. Because sometimes it's not where you think it is.
Absolutely not.
Until
it's
you
not
start
that idiot that you got it wrong. It's not,
yeah. So if we were making something in the factory and the factory made it wrong, it was usually down to the paperwork, because somebody had made an error on the paperwork and they were just following it. So initial thoughts were, oh, they made it wrong, it's their fault. But it actually wasn't their fault. It was taking a step back to the person who wrote it out, and then going back another stage and then finding out actually it was the designer that put the wrong measurement on it in the first place.
And off it went like that then, didn't it? But if you look on, if the resources stuff that is on for CEFN clients now, there's a thing called the root cause analysis diagram, isn't there? And that's really powerful to keep going back down the process to see, well, where did it go wrong? And it could be the way it was communicated.
Yeah.
We rush things sometimes, don't we? And then afterwards we think, maybe I didn't make that quite as clear as I should have, or maybe I did rush that spec or whatever.
Yeah.